So this is our last bar modeling video. This is video 12, and I'm on page 43 in your packet. We have seen two advanced skills in the model method, cutting the bar and shifting the bar. Now let's see how we can combine both of those skills to solve the water tank problem. So we're going to cut and we're going to shift. So here's the water tank problem. Tank A contains 4 times as much water as tank B. After 18 liters of water were poured without spilling from tank A into tank B, both tanks contain the same amount of water. Find the volume of water in tank A at first. So the picture is drawn for us, and it's 4 times. So tank A has, tank A has 4, and tank B has 1. I don't know why I just did that. After they give the same amount of water, 18 liters, then they have the same amount of water. If I just take 1 bar and put it down here, then I have 3 bars here and 2 bars here, not the same. So I'm not going to be able to move whole bars. So you have to cut the bars in half, which you can see that they did here. So cutting them all in half, right? Here's all the 4 bars. They're cut in half. Oh, I guess I don't want to color that in. They're cut, so here's the equal amount. Each bar is cut in half. You can see all the halves. If I take 3 of the halves from A and move them down to B, which only had 2 to start with, remember, it only has 2 here. If I take these last 3 here and put them here, right? 1, 2 plus 3 gives me a total of 5, which you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cutting this part off. Now they're equal. So those 3 bars that I'm taking from A, pouring the 18 liters, equals the 18 liters. So one of those bars, or 1 unit, has to be 6. What did tank A have to start with? Well, if you take the 4 and cut them in half, there were really 8 little units here to start with. So 8 times 6 would give you the 48 liters of water that A started with. Next page. Ming had 3 times as many mandarin oranges as Nina. So here's my 3-to-1 ratio, Ming to Nina. The ratio of the number of oranges that Nina had to the number of oranges that Pedro had was 2 to 3. So this is step 2. Nina has 2, Pedro has 3. Oh, so Nina's 1 original bar is now cut in half. After Ming gives a total of 28 mandarin oranges to both Nina and Pedro, all 3 of them had an equal number of mandarin oranges. How many mandarin oranges did Pedro receive from Ming? How many mandarin oranges did Pedro? So I'm adding something on here. That's my question mark. Get from Ming. Well, first thing I can see here, first thing I have to do, oh, here it is, down at the bottom. How many is cut everything in half. So that's the first step. First thing you have to do is cut all of them in half, or into 2 equal parts, cutting them in half. Because this was the signal here that I had to do that. In order to get 2 to 3, they cut them in half. So here's 1, 2 for Nina, 1, 2, 3 for Pedro. Okay, so we've got that 2 to 3 ratio by cutting them in half. So I'm adding from Ming, I have to take away from Ming and Nina, from Ming and give to Nina and Pedro. So I am dividing between 3 people. So you have to divide each bar by, let me get the R in there first, bar by 3 because you're dividing among 3 people. Divide each bar into 3 because of the 3 people. So I'm writing a note to myself. Okay. So now each little section here, and this is going to be hard to do, I'm going to cut these into 3. So Nina, which originally had 4, which were cut in half, right? Now I'm cutting them. Oh, Ming originally had 3. Sorry, 3 then cut into half, which makes 6. And 6 cut into thirds is going to give me a total of 18 little units for Ming. Nina had 1, then we cut it into half, which is 2, and now cutting her halves into thirds gives me a total of 6 for Nina. Pedro, which had 3 units, cutting into thirds, is going to give me a total of 9. So how many units do I have in this picture? I have 18, 24, I have 33 units. And they are going to end up being all equal. Well, if there's 33 all together and they all have to be equal, 33 divided by the 3 people will give me 11 equal parts, right? They all have to have 11. So that means I need to take away 7 from Ming. I have to give 5 to Nina because she's at 6. So if I give 5 to Nina, she'll now have 11. If I give 2 to Pedro, he was at 9, he'll now have 11. That means I'm taking away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these 7 units is after Ming gave 28 oranges. These 7 units equals those 28 oranges. So if I take away 7, minusing 7, she'll be at 11. So now they're all at 11. So here's my math. 7 units is those 28 oranges. So 1 unit must be 4. Ming gave away 5 to Nina and 2 to Pedro. So she has 11, Nina has 11, Pedro has 11. Since Pedro got 2 boxes and each one had 4 oranges, right? 2 times 4, his 2 boxes, times 4 would give me 8. So Pedro receives, I before E except after C, receives, is that right? I don't know if I'm spelling that right. Pedro receives 8 oranges. 2 boxes, 4 each in a box, so 8 oranges. Whew. Talk about cutting and moving, shifting, cutting and shifting. This is the key thing. First, you had to know that they were cut in half because Nina has to go 2 to 3. And the only way Nina's going to go from 1 to 2, 1 divided by 2, I'm dividing it by 2. So that was step 1. Step 2 was, now I'm dividing by 3 people to get each bar cut into thirds. Then step 4 is I've got to shift and make them all the same, or step 3 rather. I have to shift and make them all the same. Well, if I have a total of 33, divided by 3 is going to give me that 11. Wow, a lot of work in that problem. Great problem though. Let's go to the next page. The birthday card problem. Ryan had $14 and Sonia had $38. They shared the cost of a birthday card for their father equally. After paying for that birthday card, Sonia had 3 times as much money as Ryan. Find the cost of the birthday card. Sonia has 3 times as much. So when they're done, after they get rid of some, she's a 3 to 1. So this is my after picture. Now they're down to 3 to 1. After they gave some away. Well, if they each had 30, 38, and 14, this is where we start. Okay, so if I take $1, think of this as $38. If I take $1, because they're paying the same amount, if I take 1 from Sonia, that would be 38 minus 1 would give me 37. And 1 from Ryan, 14 minus 1 would give me 13. Is that a 3 to 1 ratio? No. Okay, let's do it again. Take 1 more. So now Sonia was at 37. Take $1 from her. She's going to be at 36. And take 1 from Ryan. He was at 13. Now he's at 12. Oh, this is a 3 to 1 ratio. Or a 3 to 1, you can write it that way. So what did I do? I took $2 from Sonia and $2 from Ryan, which gives me a 36 to 12. So one of the bars is 12. Is that right? Right? That's the only way. Yeah, 12, 12, 12, 12. Find the cost of the birthday card. Well, Sonia gave 38 minus 36. She gave 2, and I took it away 1, 2. They paid the same amount, so Ryan, he went from 14 down to 12, so he gave 2. So altogether, the birthday card was $4, right? They each gave $4. Think of it as individual dollars. So the card cost $4. I think that's what you had to do with this one. The card cost, that's how I saw it. You may have done it a different way. Please share if you did. That would be really great. Maybe a bonus point if you saw it differently than I did. But that's it for today, and we'll practice some more of these problems of taking parts and shifting in class tomorrow.